Good morning, everyone. I can't get any light because the clouds, it's raining. It's definitely a Monday here today. Definitely a Monday. I have a vet coming for Lilly. That took a lot of calls and then numbers being exchanged and calls and this and that. And I finally have a vet coming out of 2 counties away to come see her. I'm sure it's going to be a very costly thing, but with Lilly, it's worth it. She has had no change. She's still not putting that foot down at all. She's not dropping that shoulder or bending that elbow, knee, whatever you want to call it. Um, yeah, pretty bad. So I need to get in there and clean up the foyer of the goat barn so that way she can examine her there. Unless she needs to bring her out to a truck with an x-ray. That's going to be a little iffy on her 3 legs. So we'll see. After she leaves, I will probably make a video and make an update. Cider, I was going to let her loose today. I was going to let her out of her captive prison of healing. But it's raining, and I really don't want her to get soaking wet, even though it probably wouldn't hurt. I don't want her to be wet and then mount her and then cut that scab open or whatever. So I decided to leave her in. I know she's not as happy as I am about the situation, but she's in. The little bird I was talking about, the little injured bird, is not a bunting. It is either a gray junco or it is a gnatcatcher. I don't know what it is, but it's back this morning and it's out in the rain in my little garden area. And so after the vet gets here and leaves, I'm going to go. I need to go pay bills. Um, and I will go get that bird seed today. I need to get some for my chicks anyway because I start them with a scratch feed of like parakeet, canary, or cockatiel, whatever, little itty bitty seeds. Canary food, parakeet food, um, with millet and like the little vegetables and fruits and stuff that are dehydrated. I always start my chicks out like that as their scratch feed because they need to learn how to hunt. They need to learn how to do that. And so I provide the very soft seeds for them to start off with. And a lot of people say, well, that's so expensive. Well, okay, how much did you spend for your Starbucks coffee yesterday? Probably about the same amount as I'm going to spend for a little bag of parakeet food or canary food. So that really, you know, is something. All right. Um, let's get into it. Making sure there's nothing in there. I've carried this cup around from barn to barn. You never know, there could be something in there. Um, the Pope has passed away. And I'm not Catholic. I do understand the Catholic religion. I understand that anything that is not Catholic is Protestant. I understand that the Catholics have had a very bloody past. Most Christians have had a bloody past. And of course, we have the Crusades. Um, and Catholics, the Catholic religion, um, was a very domineering religion. But this past Pope really brought in all factors of humans. LGBTQ. He was big time into empathy, sympathy, compassion for all people. Now, people say that God works in certain ways. There's even people that say that Jesus and God chose Trump, and he they saved him from the assassination, but allowed the guy behind him, who was a father and a firefighter, to be shot. So if we're going to look at things as God did this but didn't do this, but God and Jesus did this, then let me ask you a question. Was God's intention for the Pope, for his last message to the world, to be to J.D. Vance to have compassion, empathy, and sympathy for others, and to speak to him about how evil and corrupt the Trump regime is? Was that his last um, work from God? Sure looks that way, doesn't it? So to those people that say God deflected a bullet off of Trump's head and hit someone else and killed him, this was a sign that the Pope had a last message, a last ditch effort to tell the Trump regime, you're corrupt, you're evil, and you need to have compassion and empathy for all human beings. Does it sound so far-fetched? You know, you're going to have MAGA people, they're going to go, well, that's just stupid. That don't make any sense. Well, to me, it doesn't make sense that Jesus would choose or put a hand on Donald Trump to be a leader of people as corrupt and horrible as he is. Jesus would not. Jesus of Nazareth would not be okay with Donald Trump, would not be okay with his ideology of wealth, power, and corruption. So, in my opinion, it's very possible that the Pope's last work of God was to deliver a message to J.D. Vance. I hope he listens. I hope he understands. I'm just curious. What do you think? Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. I got to go get ready for the veterinarian. Bye, y'all.